strong winds are expected across much of New Mexico this weekend. Now, PNM says crews are now in wildfire safety mode, which means the electric system will be more sensitive over the next few days to help prevent sparks that could start a fire. The utility also has a power shutoff watch in place for the Las Vegas and Santa Fe areas. PNM says customers who rely on electric medical equipment can sign up for its LifeWatch program at pnm.com. Albuquerque police are investigating a suspicious death after a body was found at a Smith's grocery store. Police say officers were called Friday night after a man was found dead in the parking lot of the Smith's on Tramway near I-40. Homicide detectives were called to the scene to investigate. Police have not released any additional details, but will update you as we learn more. A large apartment fire breaking out in the Northeast Heights near Academy in Wyoming yesterday. AFR says it started at the Academy Heights apartments. Firefighters say the flames spread quickly to the roof. 6 apartment units are damaged and 18 people have been displaced. No injuries are being reported, and fire crews are looking into what caused this. And the war with Iran is now in its 3rd week, and its effects are wide-reaching. Gulf states reported new missile and drone attacks after Tehran threatened to widen its campaign. It comes after the U.S. destroyed military targets on an island vital to Iran's oil network, according to President Trump. Now, Washington correspondent Jackie DeFusco joins us. How is the president trying to tame the economic impact of this war?
The war with Iran has rocked global energy markets and increased gas prices here at home. Now President Trump is asking for international support to secure an essential waterway for fuel shipments that's really at the center of all of this. On social media on Saturday, President Trump called on other countries affected by disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz to send warships alongside the United States to keep that waterway open and safe, as he put it. He urged nations from China to France to take action, and Britain has said that it's discussing a range of options. Now, Iran says that the strait is only closed right now for its enemies and their allies. Tehran also now threatening to attack energy assets linked to the United States if its oil infrastructure is hit. President Trump says that he spared oil sites when the U.S. hit a vital island for Iran's economy the other day, but warned he would reconsider if Iran interferes with the safe passage of ships. Experts say prices could increase even further if the strait remains closed for weeks. But President Trump argues that the operation will pay off in the end.
You're going to see a very big decrease in the price of gasoline, gas, anything having to do with energy as soon as this is ended. But we had to end the nuclear threat in the Middle East and throughout the world.
The human cost of war is also mounting. On Saturday, the Trump administration identified the 6 U.S. airmen killed in that recent crash in western Iraq. The Pentagon is currently investigating the exact cause of that crash. In Washington, I'm Jackie DeFusco, KOAT Action 7 News.
We're now learning the names of the 6 U.S. service members who died in an aircraft crash in Iraq. The Pentagon identified them as Major John Klinner, Captain Ariana Savino, Technical Sergeant Ashley Pruitt, Captain Seth Koval, Captain Curtis Angst, and Technical Sergeant Tyler Simmons. U.S. officials say the crash was not caused by hostile fire. An Iranian proxy group has claimed responsibility, but investigators say there's currently no evidence to support that claim. Now, thank you for joining us this morning. Action 7 News will be back at 4, and you can get the latest newscasts anytime on the free Very Local app. Have a great day, guys.